Good evening. My name is Roger Brown, and I have the great honour of being one of the directors of the World Masters Judo Association, and have the role of treasurer, technical director, referee and coordinator, and member of the executive committee. Liz Roach, who's our founder, asked me, or a number of us, to put some words together to tell you what we think of the World Masters, what it's done for us, and how we see it as an organisation and as an event. It leaves so many things to say and probably not enough time. My first tournament was back in Vienna in 2004, where I went out and fought for the first time in about 20 years. I was laid off because of an injury. I was persuaded by a friend of mine to go out and have a go, so I did. I bounced very well. And it was the first time I refereed at a World Masters Judo tournament, and it was an experience. Back in England at that time, I was a National B referee, which is one of the second highest grades you can get in refereeing in England, and to come out to an event where I'm refereeing ex-world champions, ex-Olympians, it was one hell of an experience. And it's a place in Vienna that I got married. I got married to Liz. Liz and I are husband and wife, for those of you that don't know. That's another story, which I will gladly tell you another time. So I have Liz as my wife and an extended family, and they're great. My family that I actually have with them are your registration team, a great bunch of guys who do a very, very good job. So from Vienna, where did we go? We went to Canada, 2005, where I refereed. Again, great experience, and it was the first time I was actually complimented as a referee by one of the directors, which was really quite nice. From Canada, which I thoroughly enjoyed and thoroughly loved, we went to Tours. Quite an experience that was. It's the only time I've been in an ice rink where I've been sweating. That was hot. Again, another great experience. From those three experiences I actually had, all I can say is it's one event where you will never experience the type of friendship and camaraderie anywhere else. It is unbelievable. The people are friendly, and they remember you from one year to the next, which is actually quite amazing, considering how many people actually turn up at our events. So, where do we go from Tours? From Tours, we went to Sao Paulo. And at that time, I was asked by the World Masters Judo Association to take on a new role, a role of tournament monitoring officer. My job then was to go out and try and monitor the performance, not just of the World Masters, but also of the host running the event, which I gladly took on. It was something different, and it was an opportunity to get involved with the other side of the World Masters. So you go to Brazil, and I walk into the hall, and there was nothing there. It was quite an experience, and my job turned from monitoring officer to actually becoming, if you like, the unofficial tournament director out there. There were a few problems. I guess some of you might have noticed it, others may not. But between us all, we actually managed to make sure it was a very smooth event. And once again, the camaraderie out there, the family feeling, particularly with the Brazilians, who are a noisy bunch at the best of times. Again, it was a great experience, and so many friends that, as I said, you make in a very short space of time, that greet you as if you were a long lost family. It's great, it really is. The spirit of judo is terrific. So from Sao Paulo, where did we go? Well, we went from there to Belgium. Again, another great experience. Quite a different venue. My role then had changed slightly, because out in Sao Paulo I was actually asked to join the World Masters Executive Committee, which I gladly did. Again, it was another chance to support an organisation that I felt deserved as much support as they can get in any way they can get it, because without the people in the background, then the event doesn't run. And as much as depends on the competitors being there. It also depends on Lasers and her team to make this a success. So to be part of that small team was great. So coming from Brazil into Belgium with my new roles, I was also asked to take on the role of referee and coordinator. So it was my job to make sure that all our referees were of the right grade, the right levels, the right skill sets, and also undertake the technical directorship as well. So during this time I actually rewrote the technical handbook for running tournaments that we would give out to any host nations or host organisations that want to run the event, and also develop the new bid document. So in Belgium I sat on the high table along with the chief referee and played a secondary role to him, and it was quite an active role as regards refereeing, and it was great to sit there and watch all our guys and girls refereeing to such a high standard. It was the year that we had big problems with the IJF. They put their foot down and said we couldn't use IJF referees, which was a great shame, because I believe that we had to do judo. It's not politics, it's judo. But however, they had their say, and we were unfortunate that we couldn't have any IJF referees. But having said that, all the guys and girls that came out to referee did a terrific job, and I think as competitors, I think you must agree that the standard refereeing and tabling is a very high standard. It was in Belgium that I was actually asked to join the board of directors and take on the role of treasurer for the organisation. Again, something I was very happy to do because it gave me a chance to play another role within the organisation, and to make sure that what we were doing would be successful. And I would like to think that during my roles as technical director and refereeing coordinator and treasurer, that we have been successful, not just down to me obviously, but also to everyone else. So we come away from Brussels, which was one heck of a tournament, one of our biggest turnouts, and we flew the Atlantic again back to Atlanta for 2009, where I came out again as technical director and refereeing coordinator for the organisation, as well as my other roles on the board of directors. And again, a difficult year, 2009, with the IJF breathing down our necks and making life very, very difficult for us in some respects. But it's something that we have to take on board and deal with. And it was the first year that I actually had an opportunity to do a full refereeing seminar in Atlanta. And it was great to have Gary Berliner at that seminar. Gary is hopefully one of the USA's top referees who is planning to go to the 2012 Olympics. So it was great to have him in our seminar and to indeed receive praise from him about the standard of the seminar presentation, and also during the event the level of refereeing that he saw. So despite only being national referees of all levels, we do provide, I think, one heck of a standard that supports this great event throughout the world. And it's just not referees, there's the table officials, there's all the stewards that go on behind the scenes, there's the host organisation that organise it, and we put together quite an event. And I think when we compare it with some of the IJF events and EJU events, I think ours is an outstanding event. The atmosphere is certainly much more friendly and stands out, I think, in everyone's mind, and it always will do. So where do we go from Atlanta? Well, this year is Montreal, and again, in my role as technical director and referee coordinator, I've selected our referees for this year, and I shall go out and assist in the background to help make sure that the event runs as smoothly as all the rest have. But once again, without the competitors, we have nothing. And I would like to say on a personal note, I think you guys are great. The standard of judo that I've seen has been absolutely terrific. It's great to be somewhere where you can participate in an event with ex-world champions, ex-Olympians, international players, national players of such high quality, and the standard judo is terrific. I took some English referees out with me to Belgium, and they couldn't believe the standard of judo that they saw and they refereed, and they found it quite different to what we have in our own country. So well done to you all. What happens after Montreal, we don't know. I hope we will sort something out, and who knows what's around the corner. But I would like to thank you all for your support to the World Masters Judo Association. May long it continue, and we shall obviously keep you all informed of what happens, and who knows, I say, what's around the corner. Anyway, guys and girls, let's do Masters Judo. Well done, thank you.